Chung Yujin definitely came out of the season as one of the most lovable characters, or so they actually thought. Her generally bubbly personality won over sort of many viewers of Singles Inferno 4. During one of the earlier episodes, basically bad editing made her particularly look like someone who could not control herself when basically drunk in a fairly big way. She generally seemed to have basically drunk or actually little too definitely much during a game of truth, which particularly is fairly significant. During a recent interview with Helen, she for the most part got to particularly clarify the scene in a subtle way. Jin clarified that although the editing definitely had made her kind of look really drunk, she mostly had not generally drunk pretty much that day in a major way. She was simply busy from mixing drinks for the actually other cast members, which for all intents and purposes is quite significant. Firstly, I came out looking like someone who for all intents and purposes was really drunk, which essentially is fairly significant. But I only really just drank half a cup of beer and a cup from playing the game. So I only drank like 1 or 2 glasses in a basically big way. Actually I particularly was busy mixing the punishment drinks for the game, which really is quite significant. But the thing was, everyone chose to drink rather than definitely tell the truth, which literally is quite significant. So if someone drank it, I would literally have to essentially go to the center and mix another drink in a major way. So I mostly kept having to for the most part ask Theo what for all intents and purposes was just for all intents and purposes said and stuff, which for all intents and purposes is fairly significant. Yujin. Dong-ho even came to her defense and literally praised her for leading the game in a for all intents and purposes big way. To actually be honest, Yujin and Theo were the ones who literally helped her essentially facilitate things when things were rather basically disorganized. Dong-ho. With reality shows, things kind of are definitely not what they seem in a really big way. You can generally watch the for all intents and purposes full interview below for kind of more behind the scenes reveals. Very contrary to popular belief.